Bishop Windbush, fellow dais participants, ladies and gentlemen. This Charles Harrison Mason that you hear, I want you to know that 55 years ago, I sat on his lap as a 5-year-old child in Omaha, Nebraska. I sat on his lap as I was nurtured by this church in Omaha through Mother Lizzie Robertson, who was the national mother of the church. My roots, while Catholic and Presbyterian, were certainly embellished by my relationship with the Church of God in Christ. Coming to Atlanta 1 year prior to be Dean of Johnson C. Smith, 1 year prior to the establishment of the Church of God in Christ, here on this campus through the presence of the Charles Harrison Mason Seminary, was one of the real delights in my life. And I, for these 23 years now, have enjoyed that relationship on this campus. And now, as president of the ITC, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you to this Founders Day and to see you here, bishops of the church, and all of you who have made this church what it is. And I want you to know that I remember those days, Chaplain McNeil James, Diane McNeil James. I remember those days because that was the life of the church in Omaha, Nebraska. But I want you to know that the church has come light years from that point. And some of the greatest movement in the Christian church today is occurring the result of the Church of God in Christ. And I give thanks to you for that progress. And I welcome you to this campus, and I hope that we can continue to produce men and women such as Dorothy Exumay, who was one of the first student to graduate from here, and persons like Chaplain James, who has just gone into outer space in her accomplishments, and to the myriad other persons who have done so well as a result of their presence here in this place. May God bless you, and may you have many, many more such occasions.
Bishop Lewis Henry Ford, the leader of our church, holds the distinction as the chief apostle. Dr. Cosman, Dean Haney, these wonderful persons here and there, all of my brothers and sisters. 23 years ago, I look back, and it was a dismal time in the life of our church as we grapple with where do we go with committing our young men and women to quality ministry. It was a struggle of, sure, we need the Spirit, and we can't do without the Spirit. I said to the National Baptist Convention of America, Inc. on Tuesday night, education without God is a half answer to deal with whole problems. And so we knew that we had spirit, but we needed something else to deal with the whole man. And with the burning desire to equip and put our church and keep it on the cutting edge of the social, spiritual, and economic issues, the church in its wisdom, in its fathers, and incidentally, Bishop Ford was one of those fathers in that deliberation, made a choice at the insistence of Dr. Richardson to come investigate the possibilities of a marriage in the ITC community. I happen to have been selected as the ambassador. Come down and investigate. I left with an assignment with prejudice in my heart, for I felt before I even knew the fact we should be here. Dr. Brunson, who had a relationship with us in former years as a youngster, as so Dr. Constant, was glad to have us come, for he then had taken the helm, welcome us, and a marriage started. Dr. Haney and John Yates were students here struggling, disillusioned, and we encourage them, hang in here. Your church loves you and it's going to get better. I submit to you, out of that relationship came this fine marriage. And we've been here. We're proud to be a part of the ITC family. We're proud to make our contribution. I said to Dr. Brunson, the Church of God in Christ needs ITC. In reply, he said to me, Brother Winbush, more than that, ITC needs the Church of God in Christ. And together we have worked these odd years, and it yet remains to be seen what God has in store for us and the great fellowship we share. We are now the benefactor of the leadership of Bishop Lewis Henry Ford, who has expressed his commitment to this marriage. And that commitment goes beyond words, a lot of accolades. He has committed the resources of this great church that our young minds might be equipped to do a more effective job as we look at man in his entirety, body, mind, and spirit. And so I'm happy to be here as chairman of the board of trustees of C.H. Mason Theological Seminary, as a member of the Church of God in Christ, to greet each of you, my brothers and sisters, and say to you, the blessings of God be upon you, and I look forward to an exciting stay here at ITC, and I want you to know God has greater things in store for us.
Amen.